Good morning. This is Mike Houston with your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Thursday, February 21st. The impacts that we're expecting over the coming week, dangerously cold wind chill temperatures possible tonight, mainly in the Arco to Mud Lake region. Temperatures will remain below normal, at least through Saturday. And then we're looking for an extended period of moderate to heavy snowfall beginning Saturday night and continuing through Monday. Looking at our weather impact hazard matrix, we do have that area near Mud Lake and portions of the Central Mountains here in a moderate category for extreme cold temperatures. And then you can see out here as we get into Sunday and Monday, we have a number of moderate to high snow highlights here for Southeast Idaho, as we're expecting that extended period of snow to move into the region. Taking a look at satellite imagery this morning, if we could loop that, you would see some swirling motion here in the clouds, indicative of a low pressure system that's dropping south through Nevada. We are getting some moisture associated with that lifting up into Southeast Idaho with some light scattered snowfall across the area, mainly looking at some mid and low level clouds kind of lingering in the region. We'll see in a minute on the forecast maps, but there is a system pushing up over the top of a ridge that's positioned off the coast here, and that will be coming into the forecast here a little later in the week. I'm sorry if anybody's watching this video here and they're from Canada. Apparently it has dropped off the surface of the earth here. Okay, little levity this morning. Looking at our forecast graphics for this morning, here's that low pressure system here across Nevada. Like I said, it is sinking south. Daytime highs today will remain below normal, looking at highs in the low to mid 20s here throughout most of the Snake River Plain, and upper teens and 20s here in the Central Mountains and Southeast Highlands. We are expecting a little bit of snow today. Like I mentioned, with that low to our south, we're getting some weak precipitation up into the Southeast Highlands, and probably a best place to see some activity would be a little later this afternoon near Galena Summit, with some lighter snowfall up in that region. As we advance to tomorrow afternoon, we see that low pressure system now moving down into the lower Colorado. The trough axis right through here is pushing into the Wyoming border, so we should see some fairly dry conditions moving into the region overnight tonight, which will promote those colder temperatures and wind chills. We'll take a look at that in a second. But you can see upstream, we see the next low pressure system already making its way into the northwest British Columbia coastline there, and we'll see a little later that sets up a low here off the coast, which begins to give us some issues a little later on in the period. So here we are looking at low temperatures for Friday morning, looking at negative single digits, some teen negative numbers, and maybe minus 20 up here in Stanley. You throw a little wind on that, and we're getting wind chill readings from minus 20 to minus 25 across the broad area here in the Arco Mud Lake region, extending up into some of these valleys of the central and northern mountains. So with that, we do have a wind chill watch out for Friday morning. Fully expect that the day shift coming in today will probably go ahead and roll that over into a warning for Friday morning. As I promised, now looking at Saturday afternoon, we have a low pressure system now beginning to set up along Vancouver Island. This system will remain here for a few days, and as a result be pumping quite a bit of moisture through the base of this trough and across southern Idaho. Looking at snowfall amounts, starting with that system starting early Saturday morning, with the leading edges some precipitation working into the Central Mountains. Snowfall amounts generally less than an inch in most places, maybe up here along the Sawtooths an inch or two. As we work into the day on Saturday, we see that increasing with the broad area of 2 to 4 inches of accumulation, and possibly even 4 to 6 right along the Sawtooth peaks. And we see similar amounts over here in the eastern highlands with 1 to 2 inches mostly, maybe even 3 inches in a lot of these areas at upper elevations. Looking at the 24-hour totals, we start to see some potential warning amounts here in the central mountains, mostly advisory amounts here across the eastern and southeast highlands. And we might see snow advisory levels here upward to 3 inches north of Shoshone, over towards Craters of the Moon, with some snow totals by Sunday evening. Showing a graphic here that's basically a copy of the previous one, but some similar conditions going on into Monday. So this really isn't the amounts that were expected for Monday, but I couldn't create the graphic, so I just gave you a fake one. But again, looking at warning amounts again in the central mountains, advisory amounts here across the eastern highlands through the day on Monday. So to wrap things up again, here we are looking at dangerously cold wind chill possible from Arco to Mud Lake tonight. Temperatures remaining well below normal through Saturday, and then we're looking at an extended period of moderate to heavy snowfall starting Saturday night and continuing through Monday night. That's all I had this morning. If you had any comments or questions, you can go ahead and give us a call here in Pocatello at the number here on the screen. Thank you. Bye.